Hello again, lovers and leaders. Welcome to another time with me, Dr. Sarah. So, I am continuing my mini series of breaking up with my old self. And if you're watching this because you resonate with this, you want to break up with your old self. So, as you saw in the thumbnail, I want you and my desire, especially for myself and you guys out there, is to break up with what causes distractions in your life. All right, because there are many sources of distractions in our lives that is literally hindering us to even think creatively and be the best authentic leader in our workplaces, marketplace, and our relationships. Why? Because we are consuming fodder, okay? Like the Candace Owens investigative series about French President Macron's wife, allegedly a man. See, I have not watched Candace's multiple part series on this, and the compilation of her research, which I believe is leveraged from French journalists, for what I'm hearing, that's provided her with this research, because the French journalists have been trying to pin President Macron's wife as a man. She's in her 70s, right? All right, I'm not going down this rabbit hole. What I'm trying to get to is that Candace Owens, she has like 4 point something million subscribers. That is a lot of influence she has. There are people looking up to her. There are people trying to be like her. And when you're in a position of influence, you are actually a leader. Whether you're conscious about it or unconscious about it, but I know she's very conscious about it. But let me ask you a question, okay? My subscribers out there, viewers who are stopping by, maybe you become subscribers. When you watch fodder like Candace Owens, what is that doing for your life? How is that adding to your mental capacity of increase? How is that adding to your intelligence? Like, what is that doing for your resume? Okay? What is that doing in preparation for your next promotion? What is that actually doing for those of you like, I want to start business, I want to start business, I want to start business, but you don't start? Nothing. Because of distractions on the precious YouTube land, all right? Consuming content that doesn't add any value to you. I'll say this. There are some of us, this occasionally I do like to watch some content that entertains, but it has to do something else for me, not just purely entertain. And especially entertainment whereby we don't know for sure if Candace's evidence is actually correct. What are you doing? Consuming content that doesn't elevate you spiritually, that doesn't give you new ideas. It just makes you sit there and watch like a darn robot. And meanwhile, she's getting all these views, all right, and all these subscribers. But at the end of the day, okay, fine. If you prove, Candace, that this woman is a dude, now what? And all that flock of people that's been watching you for God knows how many weeks, okay, and months of this investigative research, what does it do for their life? Now, if she's proven to be a man, like what does Candace have? What bone does she have in the French political arena? The equivalent to the White House. What bone does she have? And you people watching in the US, what or other places outside of France, what bone do you have? And the funny thing is, if she's proven wrong, and you've all been spending how many weeks watching her almost 1 hour videos, okay? Because I was like, yeah, I'm not spending time on that one. When I saw, I said, no, I can't. Those of you that are watching it, and if it's proven that the president's wife is actually a woman, I believe I heard on the YouTube streets or some clips here and there that she stakes her career. She said from her mouth, she stakes her career that this woman is a man. Now, if it's proven that she is actually a woman, now what? I swear, some people are. I swear, when I think about Candace and I wonder what her purpose is in life, that she would even use her mouth on a global platform, because I'm going to say global because YouTube is global, to stake her career on this as a podcaster, YouTuber. I mean, wow, you really got some real guts. And as for distractions, I feel like she's actually distracted herself. She's married, she's got kids, she's at least contributing financially to her household, but she's got caught up in the French business, the French political business. When you are operating in a position that you want to influence people to get to their journey, as well as you, unraveling to be an authentic leader and to have healthy relationships, I'm telling you, you don't need to be wrapped up in other people's businesses unless there is something for sure you're gaining from this that's going to transform your life. And it's something that you'll be really proud of to even tell your kids about. So I'm just wondering, like, if she's going to be proud to tell her kids that she wanted to go in on a mother, okay, because we don't know she's a man, on a grandmother, who was the wife of a president. Like, is that some proud news that you want to tell your kids? It's not every type of content we need to be leading on in these YouTube streets or as a podcaster. See, this thing about life is whoever you spend so much time following, you better be careful because you can become them. And when I see Candace, big picture, minding the business of the French political arena, equivalent to the White House, the president of the US in the White House, you're minding someone else's business, and you are, shaking things up in France and other nations, everyone watching this. You're minding someone else's business. I just feel like it's very polarizing what she's doing, and it's causing a lot of distraction for many people, especially many people that have no sense of direction, just following along from one video to another, from one video clip to another regarding this nonsense. Quite frankly, my question will be, for those of you that are interested in what she's doing, if she's the wife proven to be a man, now what, Candace? What do you do? What does that do for you? Really? As an influencer, as a leader. So you just want to be known as, you're going to just come out, you're going to come for people all the time? How do you sleep at night? I believe there are other people that's been gunning for the wife of the president for a long time. I just feel like in life, there are some sensitive things, like what's happening in this, Macron situation. God has a way to expose things at the right time. He doesn't always rarely need the help of the likes of a Candace Owens, because God has a way to really reveal the truth in the most unique way. And when it happens, it's just like, boom. I just have this, I just feel like even if she is proven right, it's just not going to go well for her. That's a seed, as a leader, that's a seed that you don't want to be sowing, So the heart of this video, all right, as we break up with our old self, is to be mindful of what we're consuming with our eyes, with our ears. There is too much life that God has given us, and we don't know when the exit date for us is, all right? We need to make the most of every single moment and challenge ourselves to do better than we did the previous day. Challenge ourselves. If you wake up in the morning and you are not excited to go to work, or you're not excited to do nothing, my question is, in between when you decide to do something, to change it, and when you do something, what is happening in between? What are you doing with your time? Let's take an inventory. Is it television? Is it YouTube? Is it just oversleeping? Is it overeating? Is it overthinking? Is it scrolling on the phone? Is it being on the phone for too long? Distractions. And distractions are enemies of purpose. Distractions are enemies of purpose. And they come in the disguise of entertainment. And I'm not going to lie, there's some really good, healthy entertainment. But there's also this entertainment, what we call as gossip. Spreading lies and confusion, like this whole Macron situation. Okay? Macron situation. Okay? Spreading lies and confusion. And if Candace is wrong, you have again negatively impacted many people's minds about you, Candace, and your integrity and your credibility. And to the point that you've affected the president of France, that he's in suing you. I mean, my God. I mean, that's influence. But is that the influence that we want, just to get some views, clicks, monetization? Is that what we want to be seen as? She's, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know her, but I think I think just from generally, she's a good person. I believe so. I believe she has some good convictions from little things I've seen about her. But my God, she's blinded right now. She's blinded by the fame. She's blinded by all the potential. She's blinded by all the global, exposure and attention. She's blinded right now. She's, I don't have a good feeling about it. I really don't. I really don't have a good feeling about this distraction that she's doing. She's causing, and basically she's being used by the French journalists who have been trying to expose this family, from what I hear. She's being used by them, and because they couldn't do the work properly. I guess they got, I don't know, some arrests or being shut up right in France. And now Candace, she's taken interest in it, and she has a really big platform. Everyone's using each other in this situation. My gut feeling is like this distraction is not going to end as well as she thinks. And we have to be really careful in life. Pride comes before a fall. I don't want her to fall. I really, really don't. She, like I said, she has a family, and I love some of the fact that she does have some really good convictions. But this one, ooh, if I was in her camp, I would have been like, pause. Let's pause. Let's pause on this one. Let's pause. All right, you've done enough. But that's what happens when you have such influence, and you're a leader, and the fanfare is going, and they're pushing you forward, and it's the fans. It's actually the viewership that's really still pushing her forward, giving her that momentum and that boldness to keep going. It's you guys, all right? Because you are all distracted by this story, and you want to hear more, okay? But on this channel, lovers and leaders, all right, we want, all right, our minds to be clear. We want a clear vision for our lives. So those that are appointed to follow our lead to betterment of their lives, okay, can actually go somewhere well. There's no blind leading the blind here. And the same mindset of clear vision is also in our relationships. because there's many unhealthy relationships, unhealthy fodder, unhealthy just the way we spend time, in our lives, because people don't have a clear vision, and therefore unhealthy relationships. But on this channel, I'm not going to spend time gossiping and giving you fodder about other people. We're going to talk about ourselves and improving ourselves. That's always that, I always feel like that's always that weird elephant in the room. Many people just like to distract themselves in other people's lives, because the real thing is, quiet as it's kept, your life to you is not as colorful, it's not as exciting, it's boring, and you are still not doing anything about it. So my hope to you is to rethink the kind of things you consume and reset on consuming content that is going to move you from A to B, B to C. Mentally, spiritually, and then manifestation physically. Time is ticking. And there's people out there that need a solution from you and I. Not to be distracted by gossip that's affecting other people's life. It's like, I almost see this kind of thing like kind of like a whirlwind, and there's many people just sucked up in it and wasting time, wasting their precious life because you don't find your life interesting. I challenge you to identify one area of your life that you don't find interesting and you are just filling up with distractions. I challenge you to be honest with yourself from the inside out and ask yourself why you distract yourself. Get real deep. Why are you distracting yourself? Why are you running away from yourself? And just have one solution. It could just be, you know what? I'm going to not watch any YouTube shows on a Wednesday. I'm not going to watch any television on Wednesday. Or I'm just going to watch 1 hour of television or YouTube, all right, for 3 days. And all the other time, you're going to use it to start creating a life that you also want to watch and consume and be distracted by your own life because you're doing something that is worthwhile. If you need some coaching with this and mentorship with this, please check out my link in the description, because we're not going to waste our time in this 2025. No, we're not. All right? Some of you are meant to be content creators. You're wasting time. Get on it. Create. Speak. Do. Share. Inspire. Okay? We're waiting for your message. Yes, we are. We're waiting for your message. All right? Until next time, I'm going to see you in the next video. All right? The next video, that again, we are going to break up with our old self. And this one was about distractions. You know what yours are. All right? Let's minimize it. Let's minimize it and let's maximize our life. Until next time, don't forget to give me a like and share the video with somebody that you really think will benefit from this. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. All right? And thank you so much for watching this far. God bless you.